In this video, we're going to see how to install Windows 11 on VMware Workstation Pro. The first thing we're going to do is open the web browser. And here from Google, I'm going to look for download Windows 11 ISO, just like this. Now, the link we are after should come up as the first option. Just do me a favor here. Make sure that the website that you are visiting is www.microsoft.com. Then you should be okay. So I'm going to click on this link. And as you can see, from here, we can download Windows 11. There are basically three options to download Windows 11. There is the Windows 11 Installation Assistant. There is a way to create Windows 11 installation media. But what we want is the third one. Download Windows 11, disk, image, ISO. The ISO file is the one that we are going to use with VMware Workstation. So here under this option, I'm going to click here where it says Select Download. And I'm going to choose Windows 11. Then Confirm. We then need to choose a language for Windows. So I'm going to click here where it says Choose One. And for this demonstration, I'm just going to go with English. Then we need to confirm again. And where it says download Windows 11 English, we can see this big link, the blue button. And from here, we can download Windows 11 64-bit. So all we need to do is click here on the blue button, and Windows 11 is now being downloaded. Now, this is a big file. It's over 7 gigabytes, and it will take quite a long time to download it. This is why I already downloaded it before. So I'm going to cancel this download. But of course, in your case, you're probably going to have for this download too. Anyway, after the download is done, you should be able to find your ISO file in your downloads folder. My recommendation is to move the ISO file from the downloads folder to some other folder that's easy for you to remember. So for example, I created in my C drive a new folder called ISO files. And here in this folder, I have the Windows 11 ISO file that we just downloaded. Now that we're done with that, let's open VMware Workstation Pro, and we want to create a new virtual machine. So we can either click here where it says Create New Virtual Machine, or we can go File and New Virtual Machine. It does the same thing. Here we're going to go with Typical, and from this menu, we're going to choose this option, the one in the middle that says Disk Image File or ISO. We then need to click on Browse and navigate to the folder containing the Windows ISO file. So this is the folder, in my case, the ISO files folder, and here I have my Windows 11 ISO file. This is the file that we need for the installation, so let's open. And you can see that it says here Windows 11 x64 detected. So the operating system was detected correctly by VMware. This is great, and let's click on Next. We need to give a name to the virtual machine. I just shorten it a bit, I just call it Windows 11. And we also need to choose a location on the computer for the new virtual machine. Basically where the virtual machine will be installed on the physical, on the real computer. So here I'm going to click on Browse, and once again I already created a folder. So in my C drive, so this PC, and here's my C drive, I have here a folder called Virtual Machines. This is where I want the virtual machine, the new virtual machine, to be created. So this is what I'm going to choose. So here I'm going to click on OK. You can choose any location you want, just make sure that you are choosing something that will be easy for you to remember. Once we're done with that, let's click on Next. This has to do with a Windows TPM requirement. Luckily, VMware does a really good job here and really takes care of it for us. So we can simply go with the default. I'm going to leave the selection as the second option. And we also need to provide a password for TPM. So let me type in something. And because I don't really want to have to remember this password, I'm going to leave this checkbox checked. And this will allow VMware to remember the password for me. So let's click on Next again. We then need to choose the maximum disk size for this virtual machine. When we just create the new virtual machine, it's not actually going to use all of this space that we are allocating, but it can grow up to the limit that we set here. The default value is 64 gigabytes, and this is what I'm going to go with. Here we can store the virtual disk as a single file, or split the virtual disk into multiple files. This is your choice to make. I'm going to go with a single file, and let's click on Next. And here we get a summary of the virtual machine that we are about to create. We can click here to customize hardware, and we can, for example, allocate more memory. We can also change the number of processors that will be allocated to the new virtual machine, but I am going to stay with the default values, which are 4 gigabytes of RAM and 2 processors, so this is fine for me. And let's close this. And now I'm making sure that this checkbox is checked, so that the virtual machine will be powered on as soon as we click on Finish. and let's click on finish. It's now creating the disk for the new virtual machine, and then it will be started. And notice that we will have to press on enter as soon as it starts, because this is what Windows expects. So let's wait for it. Let's wait for the virtual machine to actually start. Okay, and here's the Windows virtual machine. Okay, let's wait for it. Yeah, press any key, enter. Okay, and now the installation of Windows is actually starting. In the language settings, I'm going to go with the default, so next, and next again. Here I'm going to choose Install Windows 11. We need to check this box. I agree everything will be deleted, including files, apps, and settings. This is a new virtual machine, so we don't have anything yet anyway, so this is fine. So let's click on next. As for the Windows product key, you can provide your product key, or alternatively, you can just click here where it says I don't have a product key and provide it later after the installation of Windows. We then need to choose the version of Windows that will be installed. I'm going to go with Windows 11 Pro. So next, we need to accept the license terms. And as you can see, we only have unallocated space on the new virtual disk. This is completely fine. We can simply click on next. And it's letting us know that it's ready to install. So let's go ahead and install. It's now installing Windows 11. It's quite a long process. It will take between several minutes to 1 hour. I'll be back when it's done. Okay, so it took a little while, but it's basically done. And now we just need to finish up the installation with a bit of configuration. First, we need to choose a country. I'll just go with the default, United States, doesn't really matter for me. Same thing with keyboard layout. I'm going to skip this. It's now restarting the virtual machine. And now a bit of personalization. We can name the device. I'm going to skip. And here, if you want to use your Microsoft account, go with Setup for personal use. But for this demonstration, I'm just going to go with this option, Work or School. So next. Then we can click on Sign In Options and Domain Join instead. And this will let us create a local account. So as for the name, I'm just going to write my own name and next, and the password. We then need the security questions. So we need to choose 3 out of these and provide the answers. Then choose your settings for the privacy settings. I'm just going to turn them off. Accept. And once the update is done, Windows will be ready for use.